Recording in progress.
Hey, welcome everyone. Welcome to Stock Sniper Trading. Thanks everyone for joining. Good afternoon. My name is Ron. My partner is Dave. It is almost 11 a.m. Eastern. It's 10:50. So just a reminder, if you guys are in a trade right now, we're going to go into the new hour. I will probably just be analyzing all of the news and getting into the charts. If you guys are already in a trade, just please manage your risk. Let's see how everything goes. Let's have a fun session. Let's analyze these markets. Today we're going to do gold and a little bit of US 30. The markets are pretty much green. S&P, NASDAQ, and Dow Jones. Tech is pushing. Bank earnings today were really phenomenal earnings. And gold also moved up a little bit, but we're going to just take a look at mid-afternoon, how everything is moving, okay? So let's get right into this. Let's not waste any time, starting just with the news. Today we had the core PPI month-over-month and the PPI month-over-month over here. So it came out. This is the Producers Price Index. If you want to get a reading of what's going on here, what it is. Producer prices rose in March, but considerably less than expected as the Iran war's push on energy prices rekindled fears of another inflation burst. The Producers Price Index, the PPI, a gauge of pipeline costs for final demand goods and services, increased the seasonally adjusted 0.5% for the month, well below the Dow Jones consensus estimate for 1.1%, according to the BLS. That report that came out earlier. So excluding food and energy, core PPI was up just 0.1% against the forecast for a 0.5%. On an annual basis, the all items PPI accelerated 4%, the biggest 12-month gain since February 2023. And if you want to read a little bit more about that, there's plenty of articles regarding all of this. And that was the big news coming out this morning at 8:30. You can see right now we have the second day of the IMF meetings, and there's a lot of FOMC speakers right now. Will be coming up during our session. So you can see during right after noon, Goolsbee will be speaking, Barr, Barkin, Collins, Paulson, a lot of speakers. Okay, it's not Powell, but it's the other chairpersons of the FOMC. Okay, so that's what we got going on this afternoon. Lots of earnings in the pre-market today. Again, it's financials week. JP Morgan Chase, look at it, they beat their earnings per share. They destroyed their revenue. Big banks, every single quarter, big banks have been just exceeding their revenues by sometimes 2 to 3x, which is unheard of these days, but it's consecutive. So their big banks are bringing in lots of revenue. BlackRock, one of the biggest corporations, managing assets in the world, over here. They beat their earnings per share, beat their revenue. We got Citigroup beat, Johnson & Johnson. It's not a bank, but they also had a big beat as well. Wells Fargo, and these are all the banks. So it is earnings week with the big financials. After hours today, just keep in mind, no big names in the after hours. What I meant to say is keep in mind for Thursday after hours, that's Netflix. If you guys are watching that, what do you guys think for Netflix? If you guys, okay, Netflix is trading, it's came down about 10%. It's trading just hovering around $100. Since the last 3 months, if you were to buy an option, do you think Netflix will have good earnings going into, or do you think they're going to have disappointing earnings? Would you go long on Netflix, or would you short Netflix? With everything you know about Netflix, their cost has gone up, like their monthly costs have gone up, but they're not getting a lot of cancellations. Do you see their subscriber counts increasing? Have you been watching Netflix? Are they playing any good television series? Are they playing any good movies coming out? Do they have pay-per-view events and things like that? Like, remember when they had the Mike Tyson, they had the Jake Paul boxing, they had the WWE during that quarter, and their earnings were really good. So you would short Netflix? Okay, no, it's a question. Just when you go about options, you think about it. What is that company doing? So if you kind of want to just play around and then see where you're right during the earnings, or where you're wrong. So that's what you can do to help understand if you want to start trading these bigger name companies, okay? But you got to do a little bit of research too. Day-to-day news. Okay, Iran is in the news. U.S.-Iran restarting talks to extend the ceasefire. Okay, so they might restart talks again for the ceasefire. Maybe that's what's triggered lots of positive volume into the markets. What else do we have going on here? U.S. small businesses sentiment falls to 11-month low in March. Johnson & Johnson's first quarter profit beats estimates. Amazon to buy Starlink, rival Globalstar as space economy booms. So if you're thinking of a new sector, space, right? If you think that that's going to be the future in the next couple of years, there's going to be a lot of investments into the space field. You can start to right now get in early before the early bird gets the worm. You got to kind of just follow what's going on in the overall in investment side of the world. Okay, so Bitcoin is moving, guys. Bitcoin is up almost 5% today, above 75,000. Oracle is having a fantastic day. They had a big day yesterday and continuing into today, up 5%. Just green across the stock markets pretty much today. Guys, we sent out a couple signals. There was a big push on this one right over here, NASDAQ. It came retested and pushed up, retraced, and just went to the moon. If you held NASDAQ yesterday, or you had runners, or you took this trade, congratulations. Some big pips yielded there. Commodities section. Again, gold has been choppy, like you guys said. Gold is being difficult, but you still see how it's still respecting this static level over here. There was a signal sent out on crypto right over here on long BTC. So looking for buys above 74,500 and a nice good move almost to 76,000. Okay, so we'll be sending more signals on crypto. So if you guys want to turn on this alert channel, if you guys had it turned off, you're going to see more signals coming out in crypto as well very soon. Okay, and guys, there's a free Telegram linked at the top of YouTube for you guys. This is the live YouTube channel. These are the before and afters of the signals. Guys, our boot camp is gonna come up very, very soon. This is the last week to sign up. We're starting it Monday all week next week. Even going into the Saturday, we have a phenomenal deal. If you guys want, email us to secure your spot, okay? And you get a 6-day boot camp learning all about stock and options, a 3-month premium plan that includes everything we do at SST, the private Discord, the signals I just talked about, all of the live sessions with myself and Dave, and all of the education on the website, plus a one-on-one with myself. I've had multiple one-on-ones so far. I'm meeting a lot of the new snipers, and we're having some amazing calls. Thank you to Vinay yesterday. It was a very nice call. So I hope to meet more and more of you guys. And everyone in the lifetime program, you guys are automatically enrolled into the bootcamp. You guys don't have to do anything. I'll drop the link for you guys in your Discord channel. And just continuing over here, guys. Here's the link, guys, if you want to sign up on the website, or you can email us and we'll send you the promo code, okay? Let's get into this, guys. So if you guys can leave us a like, subscribe to the channel. Thank you, guys. We hit 96,000 and we're just continuing to move forward. So let's get into it in the charts. Welcome everyone on Zoom. Conrad, thank you for joining. Dennis, gold is difficult today. It could be one of those days. Remember, not every day is just an easy trading day. This is those days that you got to be extremely patient. You got to be disciplined. You really got to manage your risk. If it's a very difficult day, this is the day we maybe have to reduce how much we trade, and then we wait for a new day tomorrow or a new session. Okay, but it's good. This is what will really teach us how to become better traders, because if we get spoiled with good volume every single day, we're going to think that that's how it trades every single day. So once in a while, the market, you got to understand, in a weekly cycle from Monday to Friday, 5 trading days, there's going to be at least 2 difficult days in that week. That's how I program my brain to think. I always think there might be 3 good days and 2 difficult days. So knowing that, then if you start to realize that today is one of those difficult days, then maybe start to just reduce your trading, reduce your risk, don't revenge trade, don't get upset. This is the day you have to remain calm, cool, and collected. And then maybe the next day trading will be that good trading day, and that's the day you can take advantage. That's how I go about it, guys. I always expect 2 choppy, difficult days, whether they're Mondays and Fridays, and I like to trade Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in between. I always know that Friday could be a difficult day. We all know that. End of the week. So you always got to take it easy. Take your foot off the pedal going into Friday. Also, Mondays can be choppy, but also today with news, first news day of the week, could be difficult, okay? But we got to navigate around it. That's what we got to learn. So, Dennis, it's a learning process. Mike, welcome. Sergio, thank you for joining. Christoph, welcome. And yeah, if it's an in and out day, it's a pip and dip day. Everyone on YouTube, thank you guys for joining as well. Welcome. Nick, you're the first one. Thank you for joining. Chinten, thank you for joining. Welcome, brother. Arman, welcome. Serfan, welcome. Rudy, thank you for joining. Crackling, welcome. Welcome, guys. North Ants Cruiser, okay? Or Scoozer. I don't, it's hard to read these. I can barely see the YouTube because it's so small. I have it on the screen that's a little bit further away from me, and it's difficult to read your names, guys. Ryland, Prashindetia. Welcome. Thank you for joining, guys. Okay, so let's get into it. Emmanuel, do the lifetimers get a free session with you as well? You guys do. You guys just got to message me, but it's going to be after the boot camp. I just got to go through the people that sign up first, and then you guys are welcome. You don't have to do it right away. You guys have unlimited time for that one-on-one, whether it's this month, next month, 6 months from now, 1 year from now, 10 years from now. I'm always here for you guys. So I just want to make that clear to everyone who's a lifetimer. You guys have that one-on-one with me. Just message me and we can schedule that at any time. You don't have to utilize it right away because I'm going to be pretty busy for the next couple weeks and month. But anytime you need it, just to talk to someone, I'm always here for you guys. Okay. Now let's get into gold. And we're going to do a top-down analysis. Maybe some of you guys already have done your analysis. I'm assuming, and you've got some points of interest, right? You can see I just have a naked chart over here, and now I'm going to start to do what I do, okay? So I'm not going to just talk and explain everything that I normally do. I think that you guys already get the hang of what I'm doing. And for those that are just joining and say, hey, Ron, where do you get this line? How do you do this? You got to watch our tutorials we're doing now. We're doing a 15-minute series breaking down a lot of things. The last one we just did, that top down on gold on Sunday, that one basically explains everything that I'm doing. And you can utilize that as a blueprint or like a template for all of your top down analysis for whatever security you're doing. Okay. So you see how I'm just talking to you guys and I'm continuing to map out what I do. Some of you guys understand what I'm doing. And for those that need to learn, we have a lot of education on YouTube and on our website, okay? So there's plenty for everybody. I always like to explain what I'm doing too, but I do this on a daily basis with gold, so you guys should know what I'm doing. I'll maybe slow it down a little bit when I do Dow Jones, because I don't do Dow as much with you guys, but you guys see what we do with gold, okay? So was that clear what I just did there? I just marked up the all-time high, I marked this daily point of interest, that daily point of interest, and a zone right below, okay? Pretty simple, nothing complicated. Now I just want to identify some other points of interest. Right over here, there was a point of interest. See how it was resistance? It was resistance last Wednesday when we were trading that futures market, and it came back down. And now gold could be, again, coming back up to this point of interest, okay? It is still moving bullish. If we end up breaking this yellow line, maybe closing volume, then where could we push up? There's another point of interest right above you, right here. It's very easy to identify. See how it was resistance, then it turned to support. Now it could be resistance again, okay? So we've got some levels, that's it. I don't need to start charting all the way down here. I don't think gold is gonna dump on our session in the next 2 hours all the way down here. But if you want to do this over the weekend and have an alert, obviously that's a beautiful double bottom right there. I don't think gold's gonna come down to 3,925 anytime soon, but an alert doesn't hurt. And whether it comes down here next month, next year, 5 years from now, I will get an alert. So, and then I'll look to trade off of it, okay? But right now, let's concentrate on what's going on yesterday. Yesterday was a big day. Remember, look at how we opened yesterday. What day of the week was it? Monday, coming off of a weekend. All of the news that surrounded Iran, the peace negotiations in Pakistan never went through. US is now coming in the Strait of Hormuz. Did you guys see that now China US and China are kind of flexing now, where US is going in and trying to, or threaten to stop Chinese tankers from going through. And now China, I read, it might be sending their Navy over there. So I don't know what the hell is going on, but I don't know if it's just who's flexing or what it is, but this is not good for you and I if we need to put fuel into our vehicles. So we're going to pay for it. But yesterday, look, it was a bearish ignited candle. Bearish. This was a big black candle, big black candle, big black candle. And look at the point of interest where it found the support at the body and the body right over here. So it picked up those pending orders. It's a higher low from here. No volume close below here. Big, massive rejection. When we're talking about rejection wicks, that's a clear example of a big rejection wick, and it closed right near the open. It did not flip the candle, but all of that momentum, think, all of those buyers pushing up that black candle, and then closed right there. So now you see, look at the closing price and the opening of today. What do you see? Today's opening body, what do I call it? I need now you guys, interactive learning, quickly. Don't waste time. What is the name of today's candle? You guys should know this. I say this 20 times a day. If you guys are slow, I got to continue going, guys. I'm sorry. Ignited. Mike, you got it. Okay, so it's an ignited open. You see how it's a point of interest from the close to the open, but it's not just an ignited open. It's also the low of the day as well, because there was no push down, or it doesn't show a wick, or there was no black volume. So I'm going to make that a purple line. That's my low of the day, and it's also the opening ignited price. 47.40. How many trades have you guys taken off of 47.40 the last 2 weeks? I know myself, my alerts have just been singing at 47.40 all last 2 weeks during the Tokyo market, going into here, static locations. And that's a critical point of interest. I've been buying and selling off 47.40 all last 2 weeks. Okay, and look at it. It's bullish. Did it do its job to fill that wick and fill that wick? It has so far, but it's got a long wick to fill right over here. The one last Wednesday, remember the futures market. So we already have made a high of the day. It's right there. Can we go higher? Absolutely. We still have 6 hours to go in this daily candle. So our high right now is 48. Let's just round it, 48.20. We found some sellers and offers, and they're pushing it down. Now you see where we could be. There's a wick here, a wick here, a wick here, and a wick here. So there's 4 touches there. Maybe I just draw a line just to go through those 4 lines and make it a yellow point of interest, okay? See how I touch that wick, touch that wick, touch that wick, touch that wick. Just in case I want to see right now when it comes down to that, if it comes down to that yellow line, let's say 47.93.90 area, will it regain support and come back up? Or if we lose this yellow line, then it might push down to these bodies that we're trading on Thursday and Friday, right over there, okay? And then we'll see if it comes all the way down there. If it holds support, push up. I also watch the daily candle when it closes. I want to see if this blue volume will close above these wicks, but more importantly, will it close above these bodies? And then can we build off of that tomorrow and continue going up? Okay, so gold is very strong right off of the open and the big rejection from yesterday. And it's coming right in, but we found some resistance right over here in this block. We got resistance all in here, okay, right over here, where it was the body, and then you see it came up there, rejected, came up there, rejected. That one impulsively went through right there, rejected. So I'm just going to draw a red zone right here, in between the purple and the yellow line right here, just so we know when we're driving into this, we are driving into a red zone there where they rejected it. That was that impulse that broke out, rejected it. And then 2 more times it came in there, rejected it back down. Now we're coming with a big rejection off of yesterday and a big bullish ignited start today. And we came right to the top there, and then now it's rejecting back down, okay? So do I need to analyze more? If we do break out of a daily high and we come up here, see now what I'm going to adjust? See that Wednesday's wick? See my daily point of interest? I'm just going to lower it right down exactly to Wednesday's high of 48.60, because that's a big move on the daily. From 48.20 to 60, that's another $40 move. That's 400 pips if we can get up there. And let's see, we are moving, now let's see, we're moving up. We came, pulled back, nice higher lows, came back up. We impulsively broke for the new high. You got to make new highs in order to continue to go down, but nothing materialized up there. Then we pushed right back down, and now it's trying to come back up. So we've got this pattern. It's still at that neckline, right? Where it came down. Consider all of this one bottom. I'll make this line yellow so you can see it. And now we're still inside here. You know, this is all the neckline. So it could definitely pull back down. It tried yesterday, but you see they were unsuccessful. The buyers brought it right back up. So can we continue to break out of here? Even an impulse break today to fill that wick. But more importantly, if we can close above here with volume tomorrow, this week, and retest this, then we could see gold continuing to go up to maybe 5,000 or more, okay? Let me just make this a yellow line thicker. And now what I do is, okay, so we've done some daily analysis. Obviously it's bullish, but we're finding a little resistance right now. Let's go into the hourly now. Let's see, where did all of this bullish volume come from on the daily, okay? So remember Sunday night, the big drop, and then it retraced right back up, continued. There was our first body that closed above when the daily opened on Monday, and we continued. It was barcoding, you know, it was difficult, blue, black, blue, black. Then we got a big, strong, bullish ignited hourly candle at 2 a.m. Eastern, and that was pre-London. London was very choppy, and then we move into 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m. Again, New York open, pre-New York was very choppy, 7 a.m. This is 8 a.m. representing Colmex and our PPI news. And then starting at 9 a.m., a bullish ignited hourly candle, push up for a new high and close above these bodies. So this is a structural hourly candle at 9 a.m. and it's got abnormal volume and it engulfed. So one thing I'm doing with this hourly candle is definitely going to cut it in half and find a point of control in case it comes down black. Maybe we'll pick up and go back up, okay? So this is a candle I'm identifying. I'm not doing this candle, not this one, not that one, not that one, not that one. This one in particular, okay? Why? I just explained it. Bullish ignited, it made a new high, and it closed above these bodies, okay? So that's what I call a structural candle. So very easy, very repetitive. I do the same thing. Grab my Fibonacci tool, opening volume, closing volume. It will identify exactly where the 0.5 is. It's right there. So I draw a white line on the hourly. That's how I color code. Yellow for daily, hourly, white. There it is, 0.5. So 4,783. And then I can draw a zone right there. Very easy. And make it blue and bring it across. So if I'm looking for pullback buys, maybe I have to wait patiently for it to come inside here. I'm not saying it's just going to come in here and just bounce right back to the moon. It could come through here and close. And then this turns red and then we're dropping back down to here, okay? But that's at least going to give us maybe a pivot in the market where something can happen, even some consolidation, maybe a pullback up, but we'll see something because this has not been activated yet. When it started to move up and continue to go up, maybe there was no institutions at FOMO bought the top. They're waiting now, positioning themselves for a pullback. So you and I got to think like that as well, okay? Now, let's just figure out what happened. We continued at 10 a.m. That's what made our high of the day. Then they rejected it. So you see right now, I've got a body and a bearish ignited hourly body continuing off of the rejection wick. So similar with that daily, what I showed you, it's the same here. This was a big blue candle that hit the high of the day. They just rejected it. So that's a big rejection. And then you see how it continued into the next bar, bearish ignited, pushing down. So we've got an hourly point of interest right here today, right at 4,800, 4,803, right at 4,800. So now it's pushing down. So now we got to see, will it come all the way down into here? Will this black volume in the next 46 minutes engulf this and maybe we will have another black bar push down? Or are the buyers stepping right back in and pushing this up and we might barcode in here, blue, black, blue, and continue to move up, okay? So that's what I got going on. And then you see from the purple to that yellow, inside here, I look if there was any hourly candles trading in here, and there they are. They were trading on here Tuesday, April 7 and Wednesday, April 8. Okay, that was the double top. When they came up, big rejection, come back in, rejection, rejection, then the drop. So what happens if we break a daily high today and we come up? Are we going to travel all the way up to that daily point of interest? We've got hourly traffic right over here. So one thing I do is I just mark The top of those bodies, those ones right there. I can mark the lower ones, absolutely, but I want to get the highest ones right there. Then I see it was just impulse wicks above, okay? And now we look at the overall hourly. What do we see? What's going on, okay? So we had this big push up there. Consider all that one top. We found the neckline there. It came back up, but it didn't come into there. See, lower highs, lower highs. Then they pushed it, that big open. They grabbed all the liquidity. Just don't look at the liquidity. Look at the structure right there. See how it held? Like if I was to draw a white line, see there? The base of support, support, support. That was the liquidity they grabbed when the Sunday night opened. And then you see how they brought it right back and closed inside here. And then see how it was still respecting the white line. So that was your liquidity that they just grabbed there. You guys understand what I'm saying? It's still holding this support. They broke it low, they grabbed the liquidity, and then you see how it's still holding here. It's like an inverted head and shoulder pattern, right? This could be your left shoulder, that's that inverted head, and this is the right shoulder. So now we're continuing to push off after they grab that liquidity, and we're coming right back in, and look at what we're testing. Still in this red zone. So they could come down now deeper, hold this green box, and then come back up, or it could come down to that yellow daily line, or maybe even the lowest point of the day, or down here. That's where all the hourly support is. Look, right there, look at right there. So definitely put an alert at 4,700, right? If it comes in there, I might be buying all day off of 4,700, just like I'm doing 4,740 at this purple line, okay? Place an alert, doesn't hurt. You see where all the hourly buyers are. Hourly buyers, okay? Right now we have a lot of hourly sellers in here, and right now we're seeing hourly sellers, okay? So now what we got to do is we move into the lower time frames, either the 5 or 15 minutes on these sessions if you guys want, doesn't matter to me. But normally we go into the 5s. See a big 5-minute candle at 6:35 and come back in. Okay, you see it was red there, pushed back down, came in, closed above, turned green. Now we move into Wall Street time, and now our 5-minute candles, we were moving up. We found the highest point of the day, 10:35, come back down, push down, came up, lower high, and push back down. Now could have. So you see what I mean? See the hourly? Like we got to get the blue volume back closing above that hourly and retesting it in order to get back up to the highest point of the day, okay? Because right now, it's resistance, right? You see it's lower high, it could come right back in and then they push it right back down. So guys, I'm gonna wait in here, add an alert at 47. I'm just gonna put a price tag so you guys can see it as well. I'm gonna see what happens around 47.85, 47.83, all the way down to 47.80, okay? So if it comes in there, I might be potentially looking to buy, to maybe bring it back up, maybe retest this and drive back up to there. If it comes in there, right? You never know. It might not come in here right now. Maybe it develops a higher low and continue to come back up. But right now, we have resistance, okay? So it's going lower low, lower high, lower low, could be another lower high, and then they drop it back down. If this, remember, this is hourly. It's a white line. The yellow line is a daily. So if I can get a buy down in here, obviously, I put more weight on it because this is a daily. This is just an hourly. The higher time frame holds more respect. You guys understand what I'm saying? So that's a good area if we get down there. But right now, even if it comes all the way up, maybe we sell the high of the day to push it back down. Okay. But right now, it's kind of consolidating in here where it's going blue, black, back in here, black, blue, black, blue. This could be, again, this bottom quadrant from the white line inside here, this could be where it's consolidating, where both buyers and sellers now are, buying and selling, accumulating for the next directional push, which could come back up here and move up to there. Or we could see the sellers push down in here and we see what happens inside here, right? Okay. Did that analysis help, guys? Does it match your levels? Anything? So you see what I mean? If we break out from the daily high, I've got my hourly resistance. I've got my next daily point of interest. If we break down here, break this hourly, I've got my daily point of interest. I got the low of the day. Then if we break in it, gold turns bearish, I got my hourly point of interest. And I got my next daily point of interest. So I can place alerts at every single one of these lines and just wait all week for the volume to come and trade at these. Look at like if you traded this yellow line, you bought, you made some money. Came back down, you bought the yellow line, you made some money, right? You know, I'm not cherry picking, but these are daily points of interest that are static lines, and you can see over time how they react at all of these levels. You can kind of backtest yourself. See when it came down to this white line, look, double bottom. That's the one we bought yesterday in the morning, right? We bought that. It came back down. Did anyone get later on in the afternoon after the call? Again, I messaged the guys in Discord. I said, is anyone buying off of 47.05 or 47? And a lot of guys said yes. So you see what I mean? Just add an alert, doesn't hurt. And see, it comes right back up. And you could literally, you don't have to sit at your computer all day. You can go do your things that you got to do and place your alerts. I get my alerts. Okay, so TradingView, I get this question a lot. I trade off of my mobile, right? I have, when I place an alert here, I also have the TradingView app on my mobile, right beside my MT5, MT4 platform. So when I get an alert here, it alerts my mobile, it sends me an email, sends notifications. Then I just look at everything and then I follow my price action skills, right? And you can trade on the go. You don't necessarily have to sit at your computer all day, okay? It's great if you have a busy life. We all have busy lives, okay? Don't think, guys, I'm just sitting here and I do nothing for all day. I have a very busy life. I do a lot of things. So I need to be efficient with my time. So I take 30 minutes, an hour on a Sunday, do nice, thorough top-down analysis, either on gold, US 30, NASDAQ, whatever securities I'm going to trade, and then place emphasis on those locations. And then I wait Monday to Friday for the volume to come to me. Sometimes it comes to me in the Tokyo session. Sometimes it comes to me early New York. Sometimes right now post New York. Sometimes mid-afternoon. But you can allow yourself to look for better high probable setups than just trading anything, right? So I'm not saying you're going to be successful just by doing that, but it helps, okay? So you see, we're finding support coming right back up. So now what we got to see out of this candle is, can we close with blue volume above this hourly resistance? Because the last time was an impulse, where impulsively, 10:55, right before the start of the call, it got rejected, and then it came, ignited, and pushed down. So let's see, can it fill that wick, drive for a new high, and maybe we'll get some closing volume, or it might get rejected back down in here, okay? Guys, hit the likes, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys, we appreciate it. 250 viewers. Do you guys have any questions about the top down? And another thing that we can add is, we can add some indicators. So 9 EMA, we're currently above the 9 EMA, this green line, okay? We're riding the 9 EMA. It just broke briefly, but regained it again for support. The 200 EMA is all the way down here. See what I mean? Look at where it is. Look at where the 200 EMA is positioned. Right in between our hourly zone and our daily point of interest, right at 50%. Like if I grab my Fibonacci tool and I moved it from my yellow line to that white line, look at it. It's right at 50%. It's coming right into the point of control of our two zones. Look right there. There's the 3 at 2 right there. We can follow. Let's follow this 200 EMA, okay? So that would be the ideal location to look for buys. If it comes down here, let's say it bounces, then breaks, comes in there, comes back up. Look at that, like right there. So we break the hourly, but it's getting depth of market above the daily. And then we also have confluence from our 200 EMA. And then we know that they scoop some liquidity and then come back up. So, we can wait here. Did you guys know that you can add alerts on your EMAs? I had a one-on-one last week with a gentleman, and I told him, and he's like, no way. I'm like, yeah, right-click your EMA, add an alert on it. Right there, create it. So I've got an alert now on my 200 EMA. So you don't always have to just place alerts on your points of interest. You can put them on your EMA. So if it ever comes and meets your 200 EMA, doesn't mean you buy or sell blindly, but you get a nice alert. Then you follow where your EMA is. If it's lining up with the 200, look how it was lining up right there, how it lined up right there, how it lined up right there. It's naturally coming. Does that help, guys? Okay. And now we're pushing bullish. This candle's closing in 40 seconds. If you're going to take any trades or look to take trades, it's always helpful. Take a look at your spreads. Take a look at your time. Look at your time. Okay. A lot of you guys fail to look at the time. You're just excited about the candle. The time is 11:24. This will close, will be 11:25. 5 more minutes, then we're going into a new 30-minute candle. So there could be a momentum shift. You got to have rules-based trading. Maybe hold off. Mike, you didn't know that? Yeah, I was surprised. A lot of traders didn't know that. TradingView is a fantastic platform. Like we're not affiliated with it or anything, but it's a nice platform. It's really easy, straightforward for a beginner to do some nice charting. You can place alerts. That's why we told you when it was Easter, it was 80% off. And then you're allowed to have like basically, I don't know, I think I have unlimited alerts. I can place as many as I want. On any security, I can place alerts on indicators, everything. Okay, so did we close above? This is a binary question. It's either a yes or no, not a maybe so. The question is, did we close above this white line? The answer is no, okay? This is not a trick question. So that was another impulse, and that impulse did not even have enough volume to break the previous impulse. So you see now they rejected it. It came back up blue again with a lower high, and they're pushing it back down, okay? So if you bought, this is a learning lesson. It happens to me too. I get excited and I want to buy that breakout, but this happens. So that's why I say, guys, just tell yourself I'm going to have rules today. I don't give a shit if the candle breaks out and it's a 1,000 pip breakout candle. Because look what can happen. If you bought that breakout, you went in drawdown, possibly stop loss. Like, you know, when I use a tight stop loss, some of you guys say, oh, Ron, 50 pips is a lot, 70 pips. That was all the way down there. That's 130, 140 pips. I don't know if you guys use that much of a stop loss, but that's a substantial push down. Even if you bought up here or bought up here, you're in drawdown now. It's not enough for you to get stopped out, but rules. Just use rules, okay? And don't worry if you miss out on an impulse, okay? Add up how many impulse breaks there is and how many times you could have failed to how many you could have made money on. But then also with the impulse, you got to know how to pip and dip, because sometimes they don't just go up and close. Sometimes they go up and then they come right back down. So if you're riding that candle, you got to know pip and dip strategy, okay? That's how you're going to learn. I promise you, that's how you'll learn. You'll learn from your mistakes, okay? You're not going to learn from me telling you, okay? I know how humans are. I know how we learn. My mom was the same way when she was telling me growing up, don't touch the oven when it's hot. Don't do this, don't do that. And what did I do? I did everything opposite of what she said because I had to find out for myself. I had to burn my hands on the oven. I had to do those things. And then she said, look, see how dumb you are? So, you know, I learned as a kid. Same with me telling you guys, don't do this, don't do that. It's not going to register. You guys are not going to do it. You're going to have to physically take an impulse candle and get stung, get burned. You're going to have to get your stop loss hit for you to learn. That's how we are as humans, okay? Some of you guys maybe can learn from me telling you, but 90% of us don't, okay? You're going to learn more when you lose money. Believe me. That's how we learn. In anything you do in life, when you lose money, you're going to learn a lesson. Whether it's trading, whether it's going to the casino, whatever the hell you're doing, okay? If you're betting on sports, if you're losing money, you're going to learn a lesson, okay? Money hurts. So now you see we're going into 11:30. We still have no closing volume. So 11:30, if we don't get closing volume, it could come down bearish. Let's take a look at our 30-minute candles. Like, look at our 30. Okay, so wow. So lots of volatility the last hour. This was 10:30. It opened bullish. That's what created our high of the day. Came back down, came back up, closed right there. Now we opened this 30-minute candle. It was bullish, that impulse, and you see it's came all the way right back down and coming all the way right back up. So it's trading right at this hourly point of interest. So if we get some closing volume above here, we could maybe pull back down, but you see it's got big rejection wicks. So there's got to be a big black candle to fill all those wicks and continue going down. So we might get a next leg coming back up, but we got to watch maybe how we close on these 5 minutes. Okay, so you see how it's building back up, higher low, higher low, higher low, building its leg back up. Is anyone in a trade right now? Buys, sells, anything? Not yet? Nope, I didn't give any trade yet. Oh, some of you guys are already in buys? Good for you guys, okay? But what we need to get is closing volume, or else it's going to be maybe another impulse move. And here we go into the close, 10 seconds. And sometimes the new 30-minute candle, you watch for quick moves. Watch. Okay, so did it close above? Again, the answer is no. We opened ignited bullish, okay? So keep that in mind. We opened right there, ignited bullish, okay? So it's an ignited bullish candle. So it's got to continue to do its job. Fill that wick and fill that wick. Let's see if it can fill these wicks. Okay, so it did break that high right there. Okay, so we can follow this volume. If maybe you are in a buy, this is your impulse candle. Okay, for some of us that are not in a buy, do I just want to buy this candle now? No, I should have bought the previous one or bought the ignited open. I'm far behind. What's the point of buying up here? So I have to allow this candle to do its thing. Regardless, there's still 4 minutes on it, okay? So even if it closes above, what I can do is maybe wait for a pullback to come back down in here, and I'll buy the pullback, okay? I'm not in this, so I don't chase trades. I don't know about you guys, if you guys chase or FOMO, I don't, okay? That's maybe the difference between me and some other beginner traders. They'll just buy up here, that's fine. Try it, maybe you'll get burned. I learned my lesson too. I used to be a FOMO trader as well, and then I would buy the highest point, and then they would drop it all the way down there and hit my stop loss. Then it would go right back up, and I'm like, what the hell? Why didn't I just wait for it to come back down? But when you see a big candle like this, you get excited. You can't get excited, okay? You just got to continue treating it like a business. Watch where it opens, how high it goes, where it closes. Did it go above here? Did it fill that wick? Did it fill this wick? Is it closing? Is it getting rejected? All that. Just go through the motions. Don't get emotionally attached to this shit. It's a nice candle. If you bought, beautiful, okay? For those that said they were buying, but I saw some of you guys were saying you were selling. So that's the way how the markets move. Some of you guys are going to buy, some are going to sell, some are going to win money, some are going to lose money, okay? And now Trump is talking. Here he goes. What's he saying now? Trump, Iran talks could be happening over next 2 days in Pakistan. New York Post, Trump, we're more inclined to go to Pakistan for Iran talks. Okay, so this is breaking news coming out right now. Again, they might start round 2 of peace negotiations in Pakistan. Timmy, it's wicking off the 15-minute rejection area. Let's take a look. Yep, right there. See those like 15-minute point of interest? So it's wicking down. So you see it's an ignited, nice big body candle open, came right back up to that kind of point of interest of those 15-minute candles, and now it's getting rejected down. Okay, but this 15-minute candle still has 12 minutes to go. What we can do is we can watch the first 5-minute candle, how it closes. Okay, so now it got rejected. Still 2 more minutes to go. It could build itself back right back up, or it could come right back. Tricky session. It is, Timmy, it is. But patience, discipline, proper risk management, that's all we can do. That's all we can do. Impulse can damage your heart. Yeah, impulse decisions are not the greatest decisions. Even in life, when you make an impulse decision, you're probably going to regret it. Okay, you got to have some type of thought process, some type of analysis in any decision you do. I'm bad for impulse decisions. You don't want to go shopping with me. I'm the worst. Patrick, would you have looked maybe at the 1 minute close or 5 minutes better? It all depends. You got to be comfortable trading 1 minute candles, right? You got to know exactly what you're getting out of these. Okay, because it was 11:30, it just broke out, pushed up. Even if you're waiting for a pullback into that, it still hasn't came in yet. Now they're it came up, back down, blue, black, blue. Maybe it might come down now. So I see the 5 minute candle is closing right now 30 seconds. Okay, so impulse above that wick, created a new high, traded into the big body of that big black candle right there, and then rejected back down. Can I put the short long position tool? I will, yes. When I go into a trade, I'm not in a trade. Guys, just relax. I trade live with you guys, okay? I know you guys are a lot of new guys. Just relax. I trade live with you guys. If there's a trade, I take it. Buy, sell, don't worry about it. I'll get into a trade. Okay, now it closed above this resistance. So temporarily, this resistance of this wick turns to support. It's opened ignited bullish. So you know an ignited bullish candle still has a job to do. Continue filling that wick and break for a new high. Okay, so it's still bullish. Bullish ignited, pushing. Okay, I'm still waiting for a potential pullback. I don't have a pullback yet. Okay, it's bullish ignited. Again, if you want to buy the highs, test it out. It's not my strategy. No, sometimes I feel like I'm forced to take trades when I come on YouTube, but I'm not going to do that anymore. You're going to see probably after the boot camp next week. What I'm going to do is on these sessions is maybe just do a top-down analysis and place alerts at these yellow lines, and we're just going to patiently wait for the volume to come to these yellow lines. Some sessions it will come down, some it won't. But maybe we need to look for more high probable setups like that, and we got to learn patience and discipline on these calls. Okay, I want to trade to entertain. Believe me, I do. But I don't want to teach you guys bad habits of trading. I don't want to teach, let's just buy highs so we can get excited and get some likes on YouTube. No, we gotta wait. Like if I'm waiting for a buy, gotta wait for a pullback. There's been no pullback. They're all ignited candles taking off. Okay, now it could be coming up to potentially a double top near the highest point of the day. Okay, so right there was there was big sellers right there. You saw the big leg that pushed down. So now we're coming right back into it. Okay, so is it going to continue to fill that wick and we're going to have a new daily high? Is it going to come back down? Because if it comes back down, we could be potentially looking to get our pullback buy. Okay, but if it comes all the way down like this and it breaks that neckline, there's your M. Then it could come in there, come back up, and back down into there, and that's that location we could be looking, okay, for potential solid, better buys down in there. You guys understand? Like, there's way better buys down in here, here, and here. What the hell is the point of buying the second top of a daily high? It makes no sense. And sometimes you do it, and then the market rewards you, and you're like, "What the hell is this guy talking about on YouTube? He doesn't know what he's talking about." I'm always going to buy the highs of the double top at the daily high. You got to learn. Sometimes the market rewards bad behavior. Okay, Timmy, let's take a look at what's going on the 15. Okay, so Timmy came back up right into 50% of the wick. You know, everything is psychological. See where it opened and the wick? If you just cut that wick in half, the wick is 50%, okay? So far it's got a lower high, the 15-minute right at that daily high, and could come down, okay? We're really barcoding. If you look at the overall picture, it's big blue, black, blue, black, blue. Next bar could come back down black unless we can close above and start to diverge away. But I'd like to get a pullback buy maybe somewhere inside here. It's not there yet. How is Dow Jones looking? Do you guys want me to do a top down on Dow in maybe 5-10 minutes? Then we can flip flop two charts and see which one is better. Where's the next major sell zone? Well, maybe they spike liquidity. What happens if they break a new high, come back down, and then that could be your sell setup, okay? Okay, will you guys keep an eye on gold? You guys give me a heads up if we're tagging this daily high or if we come back down to the white line. I believe I have, no, I'll add an alert there. Okay, so I have an alert at the white line. If you guys let me know if gold is getting above the daily high, just give me a heads up. I'm just going to do Dow quickly for us, really fast. Watch how quickly I'll do this, okay? So this is Dow Jones, okay? I trade it often, so I know that this is the all-time high, just above 50,000. There's a block right below it, right there. See all those bodies? Just target the bodies. You don't gotta get a magnifying glass and get too specific, right there. And then the pivot. There was a pivot right there. That broke. It broke, came back up. Look, like an inverted head and shoulder pattern, and started this leg up. Okay, so now this is a big structural Dow candle, closed above, look at it, and retraced yesterday right into it. So I know I'm doing this little freestyle, but that's definitely a structural candle. Make sure you identify 50% of that in the point of control. And look, it came into it yesterday. Like you see now, there's evidence to show you like how a point of control of a structural candle works. That big blue candle, okay, moved up, and then those patient buyers were waiting right in there to get activated, right? That's where patience pays off. And look, they got tagged, went up, closed, and continued. Zero drawdown. That's what patience and discipline is. That's why when we're looking at gold, I'm saying, guys, I want to wait for a pullback buy into here. I don't want to buy the highs, okay? Now you see we got some resistance, could be pushing down, okay? So just continue with this. Now, where could we be moving? Are we moving all the way to the all-time high zone? No, there's a zone like right over here. There's a point of interest somewhere right here, okay? See how it was resistance, blue body closed above, yellow line support, a little false break back in, support, black candle closed below, use it as resistance, drop. We're driving right into it. So 48,775 today, 200 pips away from where we are, okay? If it comes in there, that could be where it pushes down. If we close above, we use as support, and then we're continuing to drive into tomorrow, okay? Is there any points of interest like below us? Okay, right here. Here's a good one. Where the big structural candle closed, it was resistance. It closed and holding support right now, 47,900. Now, let's just follow, look at yesterday's candle. Black, came in, picked up, opening balance, closed with no wick, firecracker. Look, small pullback, still holding above 50%, no wick, pop, short wicks, driving, and now we're continuing to drive. So when we follow today, our opening balance, our low of the day, still everything looks bullish. All the banks' earnings, solid earnings, they 2-3x their revenues. Banks are making money while you and I are struggling to buy groceries and gas, and financial institutions are just cleaning up right now. That's the way the world works. So now, can it continue to drive and trade into black, blue, black? That traffic right inside there, up to there, okay? That's how you can mark it off. I like that 775, sorry. Okay, and if you just see the blue volume, if we get a pullback today, maybe just inside, where's 50% of this blue volume? Okay, just to see if there's pending orders in this current volume. I know the candle hasn't closed, so this is unofficial. This is unofficial. Just to see if it comes back down, black, 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 maybe comes right into there, 48,000, 420, we all smoke a joint, and maybe we buy the 420 to bring it back up, okay? So now I just checked the hourly real quick. What's going on here? Holy shit. Okay, there was the big drop Sunday. It came right into the point of control. I don't even need to use my Fibonacci tool. Your eyes are trained to look at this. Then it came back down, came right back up, closed. Then we got a big push Monday at noon, continuing to go up 2 p.m., 3 p.m. right into the close. Then this is called the Tokyo channel going into the futures, where there's all that swap, overnight moves, after hours trading. Then we start to move into midnight. Then we got 2 a.m., London, 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m. back down, 6 a.m. Then we got earnings, 6, 7 a.m., lots of bank earnings, solid earnings. New York, beautiful move, and with that CPI news, and we're continuing to drive. Look at the hourly candles. They are overbought at 75. If we keep buying the highs, you could be being rewarded right now. Keep buying the highs, but also pullbacks, okay? Now, where are these hourly candles trading? See the last time they were trading above this purple line? Right over here. What day was it? Thursday, March 5, okay? So you see, I got a body and a body right at 655. Right up there. See that big black bearish candle? Cut that in half. That's your structural bar right there. Cut it in half. It cuts my entire zones in half. From the yellow to the purple, cut in half perfectly. Look at the number, 48,700. Guys, this is like clockwork, okay? So if we continue to break today's high, maybe we get some resistance at that white line, but more at that yellow line, okay? So right now it's still driving. Strong. It's strong. On the 5 minutes, it's strong. Okay, it all started right over here, came up, pushed down. Look at 9:30, spin top, drive. Did anyone cut the 5-minute candle? Oh my God, I wish I traded New York with you guys. Did anyone just cut that 5-minute candle? 48,350. This big bullish structural bar at 9:35, closed above. We normally do it when I do New York sessions. Sometimes I take it, but it's not materialized. This one, perfect. Look at it. Exactly 50%. The point of control, that's what I'm saying. When you learn how to do this, you can do this on any time frame. I do this on 1 minute. Okay, look, it came right in, picked up those pending orders, and gone. Came back down, higher low, respected, came back up. That was the start of that double top up there. But you see, it did not, that was one top, two tops, dropping. It came down, did not close below the neckline. Higher low, picked it right back up. And now look at how thin the volume is at the daily high. So if we break this, I might look for a sell on Dow, just to come from the red line back down to the yellow line. I measure it, so I know. So I'm not looking for 1,000 pips. I'm not looking for 1,000,000 pips. I know exactly. Red line to yellow line is 115 pips. But I also got to know that there's a strategic pivot right there. What happens if I just get 60 pips, then at least, because I know it can bounce right there back up. So if I get this sell from there to there, I'll take my stop loss, break even, 60 pips, maybe clear out 80% and leave the rest running, see how far down it will go. But that's how I look at trading, okay? Especially Dow. I love Dow. Dow it's one of the cleanest securities. And I'm not just saying this because I trade this thing religiously, but I'm saying it's clean. Like it's a nice security. I got a love for Miss Dow. Guys, when we get back on Miss Dow, shit's getting real. Right now, I've been neglecting her for gold lately because gold is so crazy. But let me just place an alert there just to give us heads up. Okay. And what's gold doing? Gold is doing nothing. See how the market kind of just died off now? Okay, we're in a dead zone. We're in a dead zone. Emmanuel, what does spiking liquidity mean? Oh, did I say that? Spike liquidity? Spike liquidity is this, okay? So below these levels, see this, Emmanuel? I know I'm cherry picking, but when I see it live, I'll tell you, okay? See right there where it was support, 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 number 48,250, psychological. See what they did today at 9:30? They came down, they spiked all that liquidity down there, all those pending orders, they spiked it, and see how the big rejection came back up, and look at where it closed, right at that point of interest. So they came down there for a specific reason. That candle shows you exactly why they came down there. They came down there, spiked that liquidity, rejected it back up, closed at the point of interest. The next candle opened bearish, higher low, and break and push because they spiked all that liquidity down there. That's when I say that, that's what I mean by that. Sorry, it's the language I use. Yeah, guys, if there's some type of language I use when I'm trading and you guys don't understand it, say, Ron, stop, explain what you just said. Okay. I had some guys the other day ask me, what does pip and dip mean? We say pip and dip. Get your pips and dip out of the market, in and out. Clock in, clock out. Okay, so you see that there's a little bit of bearish divergence, okay? I know everyone likes RSI, but you see how it made a high and a new higher high, okay? But look at the strength, how it's decreasing. From that peak, there's where it was overbought, and now look at the RSI, how it's decreasing in strength, okay? So a lot of sellers just sell now because they see this, but it could also be a false and come right back up. So what I got to look for is black volume to close below this red line here, okay? And there's bearish divergence on the lower time frames being produced at the highest point of the day, okay? And what's gold doing? Gold is still hanging around here, okay? It's just, I hate trading this stuff where it's just spin top, black, blue, hanging around here. Could be continuing bull flag to continue to break out. But they could, when thin volume, you got to be suspicious of this. And then they can elevator it coming down. We're going into noon very, very soon. Okay, that's what I mean. Continuing to come up. See, let's see this. Is it going to give us a clue? Is it going to come up here, spike some liquidity, like I was saying, Emmanuel, and maybe get hard rejected? We got to look for those clue candles, right? Serge, awesome. Good day. Barks, good day. Akimbo, nice charting. I love it. You're using the traditional red and green candles with the black background. I love it. I love it. Good job, guys. And let's see. Remember, we got some speakers coming up soon. 12:05 is, that's Bank of England. 12:10. Remember, Goolsby speaking. So you'll see if I have it on the Financial Juice, we'll see their remarks, what they're talking about. They might be talking about interest rates, which could potentially affect the markets. Okay, so it came up, big bullish candle, another big rejection right below the highest point of the day. Okay, so that's an interesting candle. Will it flip? When I mean flip black, see it's still holding that blue opening balance. But if it flips, it'll turn into a bearish pin bar, maybe a shooting star. That could be another term I use is an FU candle. That could be, it's saying final FU to those final buyers buying that second high, and then could start that next leg selling down. Okay, but it's got to close specifically to be an FU candle. It's got to be a big bullish candle with a massive rejection, similar to this, where it was a big bullish candle, they rejected it, and it closed. That's a bearish pin bar. It's got the wick, but when it closes right at the low, it's a shooting star. And then you see it triggered that selling leg down. So that's another language, guys, the FU candle. Amazing. Competitives. You've learned a lot from our YouTube live sessions. Whatever you're sharing that no one else is teaching, thanks for sharing your knowledge. I appreciate you for learning. I appreciate you for learning. I really do. I really do. We will give knowledge daily, but it's up to you guys to retain it and learn it. Okay, we're doing those 15-minute tutorials. Some of you guys are really watching them, learning from them. I hope you guys do, because I'm going to do more and more and more of those. The top-down analysis got a lot of traction. It was amazing, guys. I couldn't believe it. The top-down analysis we did on Sunday just for the gold was unbelievable. You guys really learned from it a lot. You guys traded off of a lot of those levels and did really well so far. So it's amazing, guys. That inspires me to do more, not just gold, Dow, NASDAQ, GBP, USD, GJ. I can pre-record these no problem and upload them. That's not a problem. And then you guys learn and join us on our live sessions, and we put everything to the test. Okay, so that was where it came up. They rejected it back down, but still see how it held that blue volume. It's not necessarily like this candle, but it's still significant. So now it's pushing down right into this traffic jam, but we've got 2 more minutes to go on this candle, and we're close to noon. So this could be developing for a drop coming into noon. Okay, so let's just continue to be patient because they could fake us out. That's what we're thinking. And then we sell early and then it comes right back up with a buy. So I'm just watching. Right now it's trading again into this traffic area right over here. But what we notice is that big rejection, okay, at the second point of the highest day, lower high, sharp rejection, sharp rejections. So now we're just trading in this consolidated area again. If you want to go in a sell right now, you're welcome to test it out, right? You can even place your stop loss above the highest point of the day if you like. Otherwise, let's just wait for closing to see. Will it close below this structure, right? We're watching it develop. It's a choppy development. It's not your standard double top, just come up, go up, and drop. It's tough today. Like Timmy said, today's a difficult day in the markets. I agree. I hope we're changing lives. I hope that. That's when I go to sleep every day, I just say, please God help these people learn the art of trading, because we know that it can literally change your life. You can, not just financially, but learning a new skill, learning a new financial skill, learning how to learn about how to trade at Netflix through options, passive income. All of these things, guys, they're not going to teach you in school. Believe me, I went to university. I have an economics finance degree. I worked in a bank. I did all that. Nobody taught me how to read a candle. I'm sorry, guys. I can't. This is something that no one has taught me. And you can say the same thing for you too. No one's going to teach you this. No one. You can't go to school to learn this. You got to teach yourself this. I learned this by studying these candles every single day of my life, watching them, how they open, how I coined that the FU candle. Because you know why I coined it the FU candle? No one has ever asked me, Ron, why did you call it the FU candle? Because I was the one that got buying that on that impulse, and then they said F you to me and hit my stop loss because I was part of that. So I'm like, that's the FU candle. They just basically told me to F off. They took all my money and stopped me out. And I was left there scratching my head. A lot of these terms are just terms that we've made up, names that we've made up by just studying the candles. You'll have names for the candles as well. Ignited. No one taught me ignited. I taught that when I was a little kid with a firecracker. I was explaining this to Vinay on the one-on-one yesterday. Short wicks. If you were ever a kid playing with firecrackers, if you have a firecracker in your hand and it's got a short wick, when you light it with a match, it's going to blow up, right? But then I learned, I was a smart kid, the wicks, the firecrackers with a longer wick, if you light those, you can hold them longer in your hand and then you can throw them at your friend. That's what I learned. And same thing with these. A short wick right there. That's a short wick ignited candle. That's the firecracker. You light it and it pops and it goes up. That's for scalping 1 minute candles. That's like scalping 101. when you learn that. Okay, the big wicks, see this is a massive wick. The next candle, even if it's blue ignited, it has to come up blue before it can drive for a new high. So you got to understand that when you're learning candlesticks, short wicks, long wicks. That was, I believe, our third tutorial that we did for you guys. You know, like these tutorials you can learn a lot. Okay, now you see second top dropping. Okay, now it's will it close below here, and then at noon will it come back up blue and then push back down, or it could just come back up blue and trade inside here and continue going for high of the day. Okay, so that's why I'm just waiting for volume to close, 30 more seconds, and I know we're going into noon. Okay, so the double top is technically established. Okay, you see double top. Now we need that second leg to be the big leg coming down with that bigger volume, but the neckline is all the way down here. We still have hourly support right here. Okay, here's the close. So we've had a wick, a wick, a wick. This could be another wick. Will it close below here? Okay, so it closed right at it. It's opening bearish ignited, okay? So it could be just a bearish ignited drop. So you got to make your mind up right now. Is this a candle you want to take the trade on, or should we wait for it to pull back into here, maybe catch a wick and come back up? But sometimes it's just holding, and will drop. There's the wick, okay? So you see it got a wick now. Now it could come in, and will it hold its ignited head, that black head? Will it continue to hold it, or will it flip blue? So it's flipped blue. So the buyers are there. Now it's coming back up. Now, first thing I look at is trading into half of that candle. It's not a structural candle, but it's still 50%. It traded right in it, got a wick, and now it could be coming right back down. Okay, there it is. Okay, should you sell now? Okay, I'm going to sell now. I'm going to go off of that rejection. So I'm going to sell to take it down to that white line. I know some of you guys are going to say, Ron, that's a shitty risk to reward. I know, but that's the first location I got to see break. And then if it breaks, continue to come down, I want to fill that wick down to there, that wick right there. My stop loss now, could I be just above that previous candle? Can I be above these bodies? Can I be above there? I'm going to leave it above this red line, 48.14 down there, to see if it can break down. I know buyers will bring it right back up. I'll go and draw down, but I want to see if another lower high, another big sell push will come in to drop it down, okay? So I'm going to sell, took that where it went originally open, black. I waited, it got a wick, and when it got rejected right at 50%, when it went down, I hit the sell to push down with this volume. And then my targets, I measure. Okay, from here, entry to the white line, it's about 35 pips. But to get it down to that wick, 60, 65 down into there. Okay, so I'm now shorting the second top against an uptrend. I know it's against rules, but I want to see if this can continue to push down and then clear out some profit here and then maybe switch to a buy here. But they brought it right back up. That's a bullish candle. So now it's trading back in here. Blue, black, blue inside here. So now I got to watch. When it comes up, is a little high? Is it pushing down? Will it come back down? Is it coming back up? I got to manage my stop loss. You know, if I don't like how it's coming up, maybe I'm not going to sit there and wait to get stopped out. Maybe I'll close the trade prematurely and get out. But want to see. This is 12 p.m. volatility. It's 12 p.m. It's a new hourly candle. Lots of volume, lots of volatility. We're still trading inside this range here. So at 4810 right now. So that was an impulse candle. Like it broke and just impulsively came down. It created that lower low, but no volume closed down there. So it's a bullish candle that engulfed that previous bar. So it's still inside here. That could come up blue and come up. But I don't want to be continuing to be part of this uptrend right at the daily high, because then if we have a daily high break, it could really push above there. So I'm giving my stop loss this much room to breathe for sellers to come in and tame this move down and bring it down. But I'm not going to just sit and wait for this thing to go all the way up there, because I know if it comes up there, it could fill this wick, fill that wick, and it's gone for a new daily high. So I'm giving it just this much range to see if the sellers can step in and push this thing down. Oh, shit. Oh, man, I clicked on the 3 minutes. My bad, guys. I didn't even see that. Oh, damn. When I took that trade, I was on the 3 minutes. I thought it was a 5 minute candle. Oh my God. See that mental mistake right there, guys? Man, nobody told me. I was on, I clicked the 3 minute when I took that. Oh man. But it still moved into the noon, into the 12 o'clock candle. Okay. So there's an example of how you can trade 3 minute candles. Not what I wanted to do. And then the market is going to punish me now. I'll tell you guys when I get stopped out. No, it wasn't my strategy, Dennis. I thought I clicked the 5 minute, I clicked on the 3. So I got to stick with the 3 minutes now. I got to continue to follow these 3 minutes. Guys, that was a mistake. I'm telling you straight up, that was a mistake on my part. I thought I clicked on the 5, I accidentally clicked on the 3. I didn't even see that. I'm stopped out. Oh man, that was a big mistake on my part. No, it doesn't. It's guys, that was my fault. That was my fault big time. Wow, what a sorry. That was my fault, guys. I don't like I'm gonna get rid of this 3 minute. I like the 1 and 5. Sometimes I get caught with that. That's not what I wanted to do, guys. I'm telling you the honest truth. I thought it was a 5 minute close. That's a mental mistake. But guys, if you're trading anything to do with the pound or the euro, you can watch live Bank of England Governor Bailey speaking right now. The link is right there for YouTube if you guys are interested in that. Yeah, guys, maybe you have done it before. That's the first time I've ever done that on a live session. If you guys ever see me do that, let me know. Say, Ron, why are you on a 3 minute? No one said anything. It's okay. I probably would have done the same thing on the 5. Okay, when I look at it now, the 5, I waited. Remember, it was ignited, it came down, got rejected. I would have been in the sell anyways on the 5 minute candle. I would have been stopped out anyways, even if I did it on the 5. So, it was a mental mistake, but even on the 5, I would have went in on the sell. Okay. It's still too ranging. It's too much top to trade this still right now. So we got to wait for something. We got to wait to see if anything happens at this high of the day, or they're going to continue to push it down and close it, because they did create that low. It did come down early at noon, brought it right back up, still testing in here. So we still got to wait for this thing to develop. US 30 is making a little bit of a move now. Let's see if it will break through here. Okay, now it's coming back down. Maybe my stop was a little too tight. That's fine. Then if you can increase your stop loss. Okay. I'm still bearish. Like I'm still, my bias is to continue to sell, but now I want a engulfing bar. I'm not going to play this game anymore of just this go up, down, up, down, up, down game. Because the market can do this for hours. It can do this for hours. And believe me, it can frustrate the shit out of you. Oh, believe me. Okay, now I see it came up. Yeah, my stop loss was just above that red line. I got tagged. But I was protecting myself from that daily high. Okay, because sometimes you get a big monster blue candle break out of there. So I lost. I made a mistake, critical mistake. I admit it. Okay, but I got a job to do. I got to now continue to watch what's happening here, because now it came up, rejected, lower high, bearish candle coming down. Will it be an engulfing candle? Then that will start to trigger that selling potential. But it could come down, go back up, and then we're still in this flag. So just going to increase this neutral zone right up to there. Do I think it can come up to 47.80? Come up, come down, you mean? 47.80 is down here. Did you mean come down to 47.80? Or are you mean come up to 48.80? I don't know what you're saying. Come down. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's what I was looking to. But we got levels. You got an hourly support there. You've got a daily point of interest there. Then we get into that hourly point of control. There's a lot. It can definitely come down there, but there's a lot of structure it's got to break to get down there. Would I consider a possible bull flag forming? Yeah, Timmy, it is a bull flag, but I'm just cautious on bull flags at the second top of a daily high. But I completely understand what you're saying. If context, if this was in any other situation, I agree, bull flag. But I put caution on a bull flag at a second top, lower highs at the daily high. It's tough. It's tough. I know. Okay, now we're coming back down. Okay, came back down, but there's nasty wicks right here. Okay, 3.5 minutes to go on this candle. God, I hate when markets trade choppy like this. Boring, right? But you just got to remain patient. What does two legs mean? It's like you can consider this a leg. This bullish move up is one leg, and then this bearish move is the second leg. This bullish move is the third leg. And what we're looking for is, if we're looking for sells, we're looking for that fourth leg to come down. Okay? That's what, when we say legs, that's what we mean. See, I feel like slamming the sell button right now. Like, believe me, I do. But I know if I do, it could just come down again, 10, 20, 30 pips, get a wick and go back in here and come back up, stop me out and play that game. So now I'm looking for full confirmation. I'm looking for a black candle, not just to impulsively go down or to just play games. I'm looking for it to officially close below here. Okay. Short downtrend has started. We got to be careful. It's started, but they're not completing anything. They're not confirming closures. Every time it comes down, it's going back up. The 5-leg pattern, that's like the Elliott wave. Elliott wave is in 5 waves. So if we're in an uptrend, we move up, wave 1, leg 1, whatever you want to call it, pull back, maybe into the point of control right there, 2, and then next move, new high, 3, 4, and then kind of completes the 5th up there. Then if it gets rejected, 1, 2, 3, 4, and complete the 5th wave. Or they say A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, D, E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's like an Elliott wave, simple 5-way wave. Or legs, whatever you want to call it. US 30, Rev? Yeah, let's see, Rev, if we can close below there. Okay, we got a little bit of 5-minute now resistance, Rev, right at that daily high. Okay, so gold again came down, came down, came down. Wick back up, closing in 1 minute. Can you enter on the 1 minute? Absolutely. You can enter on whatever time frame you like. I made a mistake on those 3 minutes. I'm going to stick with the 5. Okay, US 30, Rev. I got my alert now. Okay, so I got the alert, right? 30 seconds to go. That doesn't mean I just sell US 30. I got an alert. Okay, so I have one more trade on this session, whether it's US 30 or gold. If I can get my money back that I lost, or if I get stopped out, that's it. 2 trades on this session. But let's see what can happen here with US 30. And gold, a wick, came back up, volume coming down, still that ignited head, just choppy flag we're in here. Okay, so it's still closed inside here. So it's still higher low, still technically bullish in here, bull flag. And US 30 did not close below there, got a wick, so could potentially come back up. Oh, guys, I didn't add my SST bar. 1 second. So we know the 15 minutes. We got a new 15-minute candle that just opened. Okay. Okay, now again, it's a black candle again. So this could be another impulse. Is this the time we take an impulse? Like someone said, Ron, look at the 1 minutes. Okay, let's look at the 1 minutes. Okay, so it's a 1 minute candle closing in 10 seconds. This one might close with volume below. Have you guys ever traded 1 minute candles? Okay, get ready. Okay, it's closing. 3, 2, 1, close. Okay, will it come up blue? It's ignited. Will it get rejected quickly? Will it retest 50% or the actual retest location, the bottom of that box? It's a 1 minute candle coming up. So that's a 5-minute wick right there, right? Now, if it gets rejected, then it will be that 5-minute candle that pushes down. So get ready. Now I'm on the 1 minute. I'm very familiar with the 1 minutes. Don't trade the 3 minute often, but the 1 minutes. Now it's coming up bullish, ignited. See, it could be a fake out on the 1 minutes, and it's producing the wick on the 5. Okay, so sticking with the 1, it's a big bullish. It could be an engulfing candle. There's another rejection. This one's going to close in 20 seconds. Okay, stop spamming, guys. Okay, so it's getting rejected. Look at the closing time. Okay, now it might be like a bearish shooting star. Get ready. Next 1 minute candle. Okay, so inverted hammer. Now we got to see it come down black. Still strong, but remember it's a big wick. It doesn't have a short wick to fill. I'm on the 1 minutes now. Now you guys got me on the 1 minutes. Okay, so it's testing. Will it get rejected? There it comes down. Okay, still blue. Getting rejected. That could be, now we've got a rejection. And then if we go into a sell, we're riding the rest of that 5-minute candle coming down. Okay, but still blue, still holding. 25 seconds. See, these ones close fast. Okay, it's still blue. So when you look at your 5, it's still got that wick right there, right? But the 15 minutes got a little bit of bearish volume. Just got to flip these ones. Okay, it's still blue, but this is where we could see an elevator coming down. See how slowly going up within volume? Then maybe they'll push it down. Is it creating support on the 5? Yeah, potentially. Like if you want to draw kind of like a green zone, Timmy, like right to that body. You see that bullish ignited body right there on the 5? Okay, and I stretch it across. It's got a wick, a wick, a wick, a wick, a wick. So you still see how it's holding green still. So then maybe that will prevent you from selling into that green box. Now you look at the one and holy shit. Get ready. Like maybe sells are off the table and we reverse in buys. Okay, it's still holding the structure. So you see how the 1 minutes can show you some detailed information? See when they're breaking, coming up. I like trading 1 minute candles. And then these fives are just a disaster in here. Blue, black, that breakout, back down, break down, blue, black, blue, and coming right back up. So this is now closing in 45 seconds. So we could now maybe continue buying with gold. Or we get volatility. This could be a big blue candle. Next one, a black candle coming down. But let's measure the size of the wick, and we're not too far away from the daily high, closing in 30 seconds. Yeah, we might have to go into buys now. That bull flag is holding up, support, so we might have to continue to buy with this trend. Will this blue volume close above that zone? Because you see, it was an impulse, 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 impulse. This might be the first blue candle, okay, closing right above. So we might have to wait for a pullback into here, right? Now it's pulling back. Short, these doji candles are so dangerous. They just sit there. And it's that short wick. So you got to be patient with these things. But at some point, you maybe got to pull the trigger when you feel like it. So it hasn't pulled back. Even if I cut that candle in half, like right there, somewhere like right around there. If it can come back down black, 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 maybe test this, then go up. But see how it's just this little tiny doji candle still holding and hanging around here. And we're just inching away from the new daily high. It's still this little, oh man, this is a tough little bar here. You can watch those ones again. Okay, so the one, this one's closing right now. So that one closed above those bodies, right? We're just a couple pips away from the daily high. So now it's black ignited coming down. Let's see if it can respect, I like to buy a pullback down in here. If that 5 minute candle can come down, or again, they're holding it down. Like, man, this is such a tough situation to be trading in here. There's so many fake outs. Okay, still holding the spin top. 3 more minutes to go. Hasn't came into that nice point of control of this candle. It's just flagging right around here. Yeah, it's testing us, Timmy. This is a tough one today. Like I'm bouncing around from 1 minute, 5 minutes. Okay, so now it's coming down on the ones. So that 5 minute candle, bearish. Okay, so this is what we got to watch. See that big bullish one? They grab liquid, and if this is like a closing, then that could solidify the sell. If this comes down black, 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 and engulfs this, that could start to trigger that selling pressure, okay? See how the bodies are now opening up, and it's getting very difficult. We just got to continue to be patient. But watch how low it went, got a higher low, and coming right back up. Okay, let's watch where this thing will close. Above here, will it come back to the high? Will this black volume come back down? But this is like very difficult in here. We're at the high of the day, at this second top with, excuse me, I'm even losing my voice here, with all of this craziness. Okay, but good wick. Okay, this could now go up, and do you want to buy the last 2 minutes of this candle? Possibly, yeah. I'm going to buy it, okay? It's a hammer candle. I'm looking for the daily high break. This is going to be my final trade of this session. My stop loss, okay? The reason why I went in early prior to close is because it came down black, picked up all those pending orders, flipped, and that's why I went in the blue to look for a potential impulse break of the daily high. Okay, my stop loss, I'm giving this trade room to breathe. I'm going to put it below this white line, the hourly support, okay? And then my reward is going to be going to the white line up there. Okay, and this is going to be my final trade of this session. No matter what, win, lose, break even, whatever happens. And we've got 1 minute close, so I just want to adjust my zones here. Sorry. So there's a lot of liquidity up here, okay? There's a lot of sellers. Can we come into that liquidity? There's also buy stops above here that want to buy the daily high breakout, okay? And then if it doesn't travel through here, then you guys know that there's a wall here preventing it from going. But those are all pending orders. That's what we call like liquidity up there. So that's the liquidity up there. Can we come into it and get that liquidity? Okay, so we didn't get the close above the daily high. Almost, okay? So can we continue building? Even if it pulls back, maybe we'll get support of this zone. That was that bull flag breaking out, but right now I just need that extra little squeeze right through there. You could put a buy stop. Yeah, you could put a buy stop. You could have a buy stop around 48.19, 48.20 if you like. So if it comes through there, you'll activate, and then you can automatically have a stop loss already in. So, but what I'm showing you is there's buy stops above there. There's sell limits all in here. There's also these sellers who are selling, their stop losses are potentially above here. And when a stop loss gets triggered, it turns into a buy order, okay? So I want to see if we can continue to spike through there and capture this liquidity. But they're holding it down. Holy. And I bought off of that black candle that came down when it picked up all those pending orders. So even if I was just, to measure the size of that wick to the body, it's about 55 to 60 pips. So even if that can break out, I'm looking for maybe a 55 to 60 pip breakout. If it can continue to build and flag and then break out. Dow still holding support, moving off. Maybe double top up here, or just continuing to drive through here. And then you see over here, there was some 5-minute candles that were trading above this purple line. See, there's like there's a wick, like a lot of structure at this area. 48.25. I'm going to put a line right at exactly 48.25. If you can get up there, 48.25 is just above, like where I have those example of all of those orders. I'll get rid of all those things, but I just want to illustrate that they're pending orders up there, and that's that liquidity. Christoph, so that would be a breakout trade? Yes, this is a breakout trade. A breakout trade off of that pending order grab down there, now to redistribute all of that, like how I measured the wick, the 60 pip wick, to come up 60 pips and redistribute into this liquidity. But yes, an impulse. Otherwise, I would have to wait for blue volume to close above the daily high or this wick, like this candle that's moving. This one would be, if you're not in, wait for this body to close to give us confirmation, and then maybe possibly buy a pullback. And this candle's got 90 seconds to go. Let's watch where it can go, how high, where it will close. It could be a nasty rejection and come right back down, knowing how it's been trading all afternoon. Okay, I'm just going to get rid of these like lines, but I was just trying to illustrate pending orders. I'll keep the main one, the one at 48.25 up there. Okay, so we got to follow this volume into the close. Will this be the first 5-minute candle closing above a daily high? And we're going into 12:30 as well, a new 30-minute candle. So we got a good 30-minute candle. Will we get 30-minute candle closing above a daily high? With a short wick, maybe we get an extension, okay? Oh, that's that nasty rejection. Man, right at the last 15 seconds. So going in with that nasty rejection, going into a new 30-minute candle, we can expect a pullback. But we got to see if this green box can hold up. This one that's already holding. So they rejected it. It was an impulse of the daily high, rejected it back down. We're opening ignited bullish early on the new 30-minute candle, new 15, new 5. And we got to see if we can continue to fill that wick and drive for a new high and continue to hold this ignited open without losing it. Because if we lose it, then it's going to try and fill this wick and come back down in here. So it's still holding its ignited body, still holding, but we're not getting that explosive move out of here yet. Okay, still ignited. So it's got to backfill that wick, get up to 48.19 and 50 cents and maybe drive a little higher. So it's ignited, good. It did its job so far. Filled that candle, fill that wick and continue to drive. Notice it's at that ignited strong open on a new 30-minute candle. Can we sustain it? Can we maintain it? Can we keep it? Building, building, building. We kind of do not want to lose this momentum on this 30-minute candle, especially when we're trading on an impulse, right? We don't want to lose this momentum. We want to continue to drive and then hopefully close with this volume above here so that if it pulls back, we have like a point of control or we can cut this candle in half and give us some higher low support. Okay. So it's still ignited, holding. Made the new high, then we found our resistance right at 48.20 and then rejecting us back down. So it's an inverted hammer candle. It's like an upside down hammer how it just came down. So we got to see if it can regain some orders and continue to ask to trade at 48.20 and possibly higher. There's a rejection there. So rejection, rejection. If this loses this, then you see we're getting rejected at the daily high. Then it could start that black leg coming back down. So we've been holding our ignited open for 2 minutes now. This is an exact inverted hammer candle. So we got to see when it comes down, are we maintaining our opening balance? Those buyers that bought at 12:30, are they protecting their position? Are they adding more pending orders in to continue to hold this up and continue to bring it back up? Okay, so we don't want to lose this momentum, right? Because you guys know, we lost all that momentum just now, okay? So it came down, it got a wick, so there was some pending orders below the opening balance that just got picked up too. But that's what happens when you lose momentum, okay? I'm in a trade now. Yes, I'm in a trade. I'm in a buy. But you guys see, when you lose that opening balance, now it turns into a shooting star, and now you lose all that opening balance, and now it starts to come down, okay? You lost that momentum from the open. On any candle, it can be a 1 minute, a 3 minute, a 5 minute, 15 minute. This was a 30-minute candle. So it opened really nice and bullish, was coming up, and then it came back down, but it's got a higher low, okay? So then it picked up a shallow pullback and coming right back up. So we're just physically watching it on the 5s and not the 30. So now can we get the volume come back up, close back above there? Still came down. We lost our ignited open, but still holding shallow pullback with a higher low. So this candle now is closing in 90 seconds. How will it close? Indecision, bearish, bullish, above the purple line, below the purple line. There's some volatility in this candle, up, down, up, down. It's a new 5-minute of a 30-minute candle. Sometimes you'll see this on the new hourly candles as well. But we got to watch closing price. At the end of the candle, the closing is what matters. It tells us how high it went, how low it went, where it opened, but the close is going to be very critical. Who has the entire momentum of this candle? Looks like sellers right now. Okay. 10 more seconds to go into the close. Okay, so close as a bearish pin bar. Did not close above the daily high purple line. We had that higher high break. And now we opened again with another bullish ignited 5-minute candle. But now it's got large wicks to fill. They're not short wicks. So we need that bullish volume to continue to fill, and then get a new high. So right now the resistance, the offers are coming in to push this down now. So we got to see if we push down, can we at least hold this retest zone? Where we picked up that big wick, will it hold inside here to continue to flag in this location to take us back up? US 30 is coming right back down. Rob, I know you're watching it, but US 30 came up, lower high, pushing back down. So let's see if we can get some volume closing below there, Rob. And then maybe US 30 can start to retrace down right to here. Okay, we still have a strong daily candle. Lots of volume behind us. We just encountered some resistance here at 1230. Man, these nasty spin tops. Right at the highest point of the day. Still holding here. Still holding. Some news coming out of U.S. official. The U.S. is not enforcing a full straight blockade, only targeting ships entering, exiting Iranian ports along Iran's coastline. U.S. destroyers recently transited the strait on the weekend to demonstrate safe passage. So we got still lots of news coming out of Iran. Hopefully that can make gold go bullish above this daily high. Continue to flag in here and get us with some closing blue volume above there so we can break out. Otherwise, the longer we just hang out down in here, more offers come in, populate the market, and then start pushing it back down. Oh, nice. Wow. Good faith. You were holding from 47.91. Congratulations. That's a nice TP. Good for you, man. 47.91 all the way down in here. Holy, nice buy. Okay, 007 seconds. 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. Close. Bullish pin bar. Can we get some buyers asking at 48.20? It's like the market is scared to break the daily high. Oh man. And sometimes this is where it sets itself up for like an elevator candle coming down. So I'm going to need a bullish move soon, because the longer we just consolidate in here without breaking any new highs, more sellers will come in to protect this high and push it down. So I really want to move away, capture all that pending orders up there and move away from here. Move away from this zone. Diverge away quickly. The US 30 is still just building in here. This could be a double bottom bounce, but structure, it's just a 5-minute level. It's not like a daily position. So when it comes up, again, it could be doing like what gold's kind of doing at this daily high. Yeah, no success breaking that. Barcoding, very boring barcoding. Sometimes you get this in these mid lull afternoons, 12, 1 p.m. Comex closes at 1:30. Lunch, Wall Street lunch is 11 to noon. Sometimes volume just tapers off, but it's tapered off right on our daily high. Boring volume, boring volume. It's boring when volume tapers off, but we got to continue to watch this. 30 seconds go into this close, this spin top. Okay, we broke for some highs, came down, respected this, just trading inside here. We're still in this flag, but it's the flag of what we were talking about at that daily high at the second top. So it's difficult to break this, but if it can break, it could have a good push coming through here. But it's not easy to break this. Holy. Maybe go watch paint dry. More exciting. What is your favorite sessions to trade? What do you guys like? Tokyo, this post New York, London. What's everyone's favorite session? With good volume to trade. London? London and late New York? Okay, guys, I'm just going to increase my stop loss just below this green zone to 48.07. Tokyo is interesting. I agree. Tokyo is interesting because you got the daily candle that opens at 6 p.m. and then trades into the futures. And lately, there's been lots of volume at that time. Yeah, sometimes New York, too much news, too much Trump talking. Trade when Trump is sleeping, he never sleeps. He's tweeting at 2, 3 in the morning. Okay, now we got those FOMC speakers now throughout the. You'll see some remarks, comments coming up. Yeah, did you guys see the post of Trump? Apparently, he was Jesus or a doctor, Christoph. And he admitted he posted that. Normally, he says someone else put it up, a staffer, but it was actually him. I'm in a trade, in a buy, in drawdown. Looking for this volume to close back above this green box, maybe advance again with another blue candle opening up. But what I did was I just reduced my risk. Original stop loss was below the white line. I put it now just below this green box. That's a good wick. Okay, but if we can close now in 30 seconds. So they came back down there, picked up pending orders. Good. We're still right back in this consolidated box. Can we continue to stay above this green zone right here and build again, just barcode in here and continue to build our way up? Can we in fact flip this candle bullish? That would be really nice. But there's the close. We didn't. Next, okay, so just off the momentum. So when we were talking about rejection, wicks, and momentum, how they create, how it came up, it was pushing against that big black candle, and then the next bar opened bullish, ignited with that moment there. Okay, so this is where the market is really going to open up. Okay, watch. This is where it can be a big, massive FU candle and go completely against me, or we could get now a strong push to the upside because it picked up that liquidity down there, more pending buyers. If you were waiting patiently in there and you got triggered, you're way better than where I entered. Okay, but that green box is holding up. But one thing that to learn after this call is these momentum. That was a big black candle come down, picked up, okay, and came up, and then did you see how the next candle just opened with that momentum and bullish ignited and just popped right through there, okay? It's a nice bullish candle, but it still has not created any new highs. It's still trading in the zone. So if the sellers push this down and we lose this momentum, then it's gonna continue to come back down bearish. So like this is where I gotta adjust my stop loss because I know I'm potentially gonna get stopped out, right? So I can maybe adjust my stop loss just below this wick to prevent it from coming down further. You see how we lost all of that? Like it looks fantastic when it just opens. Like it just was that 1 minute candle right there. That 1 minute candle just opened and then next 1 minute candle, they're bringing it right back down. That's why I mean, it's exciting when we see that, but it could be one of those nasty FU candles. Okay, and now they're bringing it all the way right back down. So then that could trigger the selling leg coming down unless it can continue to build. So it came back down to the opening balance. It's an inverted hammer, picked up some buyers again at the opening balance and trying to come back up. We're just in a nasty zone. This has been a nasty session. Like just this flag right here was nasty. This flag we're in is nasty. This US 30 is just in a nasty location. It's just a sideways range market, you know. It's one of those days, you know, when we say some days in a week are really these difficult trading sessions or volume to trade. This is a prime example of that. Oh, Rav, I enjoyed that UFC, man. That was a good one. Yeah, a lot of good fights on there. I was surprised. When I looked at the card, I'm like, it's not going to be too good, but it actually turned out really, really good. Okay, so they are protecting the high of the day. Even on that big spike, we're like, that was a nice big blue candle. As soon as it came in there, they rejected it back down. So the high of the day is being protected multiple times, you know. So there is buyers up there, but they're just not successfully closing the candles up there. They're trying, but the sellers keep pushing it right back down. So then it's got to come back into the depth of market to see if it can pick up good pending orders. But with more offers, then it starts to come down. We'll fill that wick and start to come down into here. Okay, so you see now how that candle turned into a big FU candle. That's exactly what I was saying. Remember, as soon as I saw it go blue, 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 10 seconds later, I said this can be an FU candle. That's how they structure these candles. They explode and then they get rejected. Okay, you're going to start to notice these things. The White House card with Alex Pereira. When is that? That's June, I believe. Is it June? That's coming up soon. Okay, so now it's closing as a bearish pin bar right near the low down in here. So it could continue to advance down. Unless we get some support again here, but the buyer's got an uphill battle. Like we're trading again into that point of control of this candle right here, but we picked up good pending orders, that wick and that wick, but failed to do anything at the top there. So easy for the sellers to now start to bring it down. What is this? The U.S. will allow the temporary waiver of sanctions on Iranian oil on the sea to expire this week. 2 U.S. officials. Hopefully tomorrow we get some better volume to trade. This is nasty volume. Too choppy. Wicks above, wicks below, thin body candles. Big body candles that lose all their momentum. It's guys, there's nothing we can do. It's difficult. This is tough volume. I wish we took a day off. Dow. Oh, Dow is moving down now. Yeah, Tokyo will be good. Enjoy Tokyo session. Tokyo has been good as of late. June 14th, that's what it is. Yeah, it's coming up very, very soon. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop myself out of the trade. I'm just going to exit the trade, take my loss here. I'm out. I'm going to close the trade. Yeah, I don't even want to let it go down to my stop loss. Because if this black bar closes below here, I'm going to make this red. Then it's got one more leg to come down. So I'm out. I don't want to continue trading this stuff anymore. I can't stand this type of volume. When it doesn't move, when it just stays in one location, frustrates buyers, frustrates sellers, buyers, sellers, plays too many games. I don't like this. Like you guys say, there could be better volume in Tokyo. Absolutely. There could be much better volume 1 hour from now, but I do not want to engage in this stuff anymore. I'm going to just go to the gym and go for a workout. Guys, tomorrow morning, we'll see you guys again. Same time, 10:45, 11 a.m. Eastern. Maybe we'll get a better day. News-wise, tomorrow, what do we got going on? Wednesday. There it is, Wednesday. For our session, not much. A lot of speakers. But okay, guys, just be careful trading this volume. It's not the greatest. Even for sellers, when it sells, it goes up. For buyers, it's coming down. Maybe wait for set alerts at this white line. Maybe wait later tonight for this yellow line. Absolutely wait for this green zone. Don't engage in this garbage up here. But guys, it was a difficult session. When we started the call, some of you guys said it was trading very, very difficult, and I absolutely agree with all of you guys. But we'll be back tomorrow. Guys, remember to like the stream, subscribe, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll try and start it just before 11 o'clock, and we can get in there and do some quick analysis and see how these markets are moving, okay? Have a good day, everyone. Have a good day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I don't like this volume, guys. It's It's not tradable. This is tough. Take a break, come back in the Asian session, Tokyo. Maybe you'll get some good trending volume. This stuff is way too choppy, too choppy. Have a good day, everyone.
Recording stopped.